That's my hotel, so I'm a bit tired. That's Madison Tower Mill. It looks like that. That's why I said it might stand out in yesterday's vlog. It's also next to that thing, which I think is a mill. I don't even know. Anyway, I'm going to try and find Event Cinemas Brisbane, which is apparently a 14-minute walk from here. Need to work out on maps to the direction. I watched Equalizer 3. I was going to watch it with Grandad, but in England there was National Cinema Day, like on September 2nd, I think, on Saturday. Whatever Saturday was in the start of September. It was £3 per movie, including IMAX, 3D, whatever you wanted, £3 any movie, and also £4 for popcorn and drink. So like it was a really good offer. And I told my mum, like I texted on WhatsApp, just like take Grandad to see that, because Grandad loves saving money. He loves action movies. He doesn't need me. Go and take him to see Equalizer 3. And she did, and because it was cheap and he loved the movie. She hated it because she doesn't like violence. But yeah, that's a big W, I think. But apparently he loved it. Apparently he really loved it. So I want to see if I love it now. I might as well watch it here instead of going home and watching it. So even though the ticket would be free at home because of membership, I thought, hey, let's go cinema in Brisbane on my last day here. Why not? Because then there's not enough time for adventure. Like I could have got, if I had enough time, if I had like a later flight, I would have gone to like Australia Zoo. You can get a transfer from here, but it's an hour away. I don't know how long I'm going to spend there, and my shuttle back to the airport is at 2 o'clock, so yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, last night was amazing. I'm so glad I did this, guys. Like, Collingwood, Melbourne was amazing. It was very brutal, but I knew that whoever Collingwood played in the first week, that'd be the best atmosphere, and it was crazy. Although I actually feel that Carlton were louder than Collingwood were. I'm not a Carlton fan. It felt louder from where I was, especially at the end of the game. But that was amazing atmosphere as well. 2 close games. The Lions game wasn't close. It was close for half the game. Port Adelaide did well for half the game, but then the Lions, towards the end of the third and onwards, they were brilliant. But witnessing that atmosphere was crazy. Like singing all those songs, including Country Roads. I do know the words, by the way, T. Cullen. You said I didn't know the words. I wasn't singing along, but I know the words. It was just great vibes. Just great vibes. Singing along to different songs and just watching the team win. This is what Lions fans have been experiencing all season. They win constantly at home. So please, I like the Lions a lot. Don't mess up the prelim. Don't mess up the prelim. Like the grand final, the MCG record is not that good. So like if they lost that, yeah, I'd not be happy about it, but I could accept that at least, right? At home, at the Gabba in the prelim. I mean, Melbourne twice are giving them quite a good game, so that'll be tough. Carlton, I think, will be tough as well, but at home at the Gabba, they're going to make it happen. And they've beaten everyone there so far this season, so they're really going to make it happen. And I think they can if they did in the second half yesterday. So yeah, anyway, let me find the cinema, and I fly home in the evening. I get back to my hotel quite late. Then I got a few hours sleep. Then I'm flying home to London the following day. So there's 2 more vlogs. One is the last day in Australia, not really doing much. And the next vlog might be a bit late because obviously it takes like a day and a half to fly home. Then I got to go to work the same day when I fly home. So the last vlog, flying home, will be late, but this vlog should be on time. I realise how much time I've lost on this holiday. Bear in mind, it's all been worth it to experience all these things, not just the AFL, but the Barrier Reef and Uluru and Kings Canyon. But still, to think about it, right? It took a day and a half to get here, 36 hours, including transit. Alice Springs to Uluru is a road trip. It finished at 1 p.m. It was a good road trip, but it finished at 1 p.m, so half my day was gone. So that's 2 days already gone. There was a day I flew from Ulara to Cairns, that's 3 days. There was the day I flew from Cairns to Melbourne, that's 4 days, because I only went to Hawke's Nest that day. And there's today, I'm just going cinema today. So like, because I wanted a night flight home to Melbourne, but there wasn't one from Brisbane, so I had to stay over the night. This flight was 6 a.m, but I'm just like, I'm not waking up at like 3, 4 in the morning just to get, no. I've lost the 5th day here, and then I fly home tomorrow. So I've been here, what, like 14, 13 days? I've almost lost half of it. It is what it is. That's life. He said that I've experienced so much. Like my 2 best holidays ever in my life have been in the same year. There's this one, then there's California earlier this year. So not too bad. Not too bad. These are memories I'll cherish. Like seeing Uluru, the Rock, was crazy. Climbing King Canyon was very, very tiring, but I'm glad I did it. There was obviously diving to the bottom of the Great Barrier Reef, sitting on the seabed. That's still surreal to me. It was just amazing. I recommend those vlogs. Barrier Reef and Kings Canyon, watch both. But I recommend them, they are incredible. Obviously exploring Northern Queensland as well, Mossman, Cape Tribulation, and Daintree Rainforest. That was all pretty damn cool. So the Dandenong Ranges in Melbourne. So yeah, it's an incredible time. And on top of that, these finals games. Oh, what a holiday. I don't know how to decide between this and California. If you know about California, right? I went to my first NBA game, saw the Lakers play. Went to my first LA Kings game, ice hockey, I'm a big fan of them. Went to an MLS game, which I really enjoyed, great atmosphere. Went to a baseball game. I tried baseball, didn't really like it, but I tried watching that. I'm a big movie fan, so I toured movie studios. I did a VIP tour of Paramount. I did tours of Sony, Warner Brothers and Universal. I went to a couple of theme parks, Universal and Disneyland. It was also like, it felt like being in a video game. It felt like being in GTA sometimes, because like LA. I went to San Francisco, saw the Golden Gate Bridge. Always wanted to see that ever since I was a kid. Went to the famous Alcatraz prison. I did the hike to the Hollywood sign. That's actually like, it's not even that hard a hike, but I hiked to the top of the mountain on top of the Hollywood sign. That was amazing. Of all of that, I went to WrestleMania, which is like, as a wrestling fan since like very young, it was always on my bucket list to go to WrestleMania. And I went to the Hollywood one. That was amazing. So like, that's really high up. Like, I don't know how to decide between that and this, because in both places I experienced great events and great experiences. I'm gonna call it a draw. Where is this way? Level 3. Oh no. Reminds me of Bray Wyatt. Rest in peace. It's not bad, isn't it? A bit of a shopping centre. Brisbane's a beautiful city, man. I walked through it yesterday. I'm just like, I'm quite impressed by this. It's quite nice. Quite like it. Right. Cinema's right there, I assume. It says event cinema. I see, that's what Funhouse is an arcade. It's a fixed schedule. I don't know what VMAX is. I know IMAX. What is VMAX? I'm gonna find out, I guess. Right, let's go up. And we are out of here. That was pretty good. VMAX seems like its own, like one of those premium types of cinema, like different cinema chains have their own like exclusive, like premium sort of screening. So I think that's just event cinema's version of the thing. But yeah, it's good. You know, it's a good screen, bigger screen, comfortable seats. IMAX is much better, but still it was very good. Also, Equalizer 3, good movie. Very brutal action. It's visually good as well. Like there were some really good shots in this. There was some good cinematography in this. But yeah, it was pretty good. It's a pretty good action movie. I liked the way they did it. There's a really brutal action scene at the start, and most of the brutal action happens towards the end. There's a lot of middle parts. There's a lot of dialogue. The story was fine. You know, it's just, you know, it's an action movie, and it's very brutal, and it's a good sequel. I think the best Equalizer movie is still the first one, but I think all three have been pretty solid. So I'll give this one an 8.5 out of 10. I had a good time. I enjoyed it, and also because the villain is so brutal, the villains, I guess, are so brutal. The way the main villain gets taken down is very satisfying. It's not quite the same as like how a normal action movie ends. It's just the way the villain gets taken down. It was poetic in a way. It really worked, and it was very satisfying to watch. Even though it was very brutal, it was very satisfying to see how he took the villain down. It's a bit more unique compared to the first two films. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a good time. So that's fun. Last thing I do in Australia is bloody go cinema. Do that anywhere in the world. Love the subway, no matter where I am in the world. Good afternoon, George. We are here. Virgin Australia, just my airline, so perfect for the shuttle. To head back to Melbourne, back to the cold Melbourne from a mildly warm Brisbane. But does that look safe to you? Next to an escalator, that could go so wrong. Bit of AFLW. Inevitable. To get another subway, way too obsessed. Next to it was a second one, WA Smith. And guess what? There's one there. They truly are inevitable. 3 in the same terminal. This is unacceptable, my friends. They're secretly taking over the world. They're all over airports. I walked from the Skybus terminal to say, Southern Cross, we'll meet again. Now to go back in to catch a train. There's a place called Tottenham here. Ah, damn you. It's Melbourne Central, which is not far away from here. Do not feed the birds. Why would that be a train station? That was on Swanston Street, and that's the review I'll give you. When I first needed a train in Melbourne, I checked my Mikey balance at the station, and it said $18. I'm just like, when did I have $18 on this thing? Did I top it up before? Or did something happen? But I had $18 on the Mikey card that took home to England. I was just like, wow, this is great, free travel. I have not had to top up at any point on this holiday. So that's a big W. I've gone to Davidoff, come back. I've done a few other things. Gone to the MCG.
Please stand clear of the doorway.
And I've not needed to top it up. That's a big win, I reckon. Also, I've only had to use Uber once, or taxi. I've used no taxis, unless you count Uber. I took an Uber to Hawk's Nest and took an Uber back. That's it. Apart from that, all public transport or
Please stand clear of the
shuttles.
doorway.
It's a W as well, because my last year visit, I spent a lot on taxis and Ubers. So that coupled with the Mikey having $18 on it, we've saved quite a bit of travel money. So it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Last night in Australia is in this hotel. That's the toilet. This is the kitchen. That's the front door. Microwave, fridge, freezer. Anything in there that I can note? Just milk, like the usual. Got a desk here. Got a sofa there, television there. There's the bed. It's fairly comfortable. A few drawers, another wardrobe. Oh yeah, that wardrobe there's one here, I forgot to say. And there's a desk there. And there's a plug point under there. Got to unplug the lamp, but it's fine. Yeah, £45 a night this is. My travel agent's definitely got some promos on, because I looked this hotel up on Google and it's a bit more than £45 a night. So I'm curious to know, because like I think the other hotel, the flat I got at Pegasus, I looked it up. I looked into it, right, and it was a free upgrade. They didn't even tell me it was a free upgrade. I checked in, they gave me the room, but it's because of my travel agent. They had a deal with the hotel where I got VIP access, so that's why my flat looked so expensive for £6-7 a night last time. So, but that was still cool. Kind of wish I was still there, but this is not too bad for £45. The cheapest hotel I've actually been in. All these holidays I've done, I'm pretty sure. I don't think I've had one that cheap. The cheapest one I had before this was £50 a night in Austria. That one had a single bed, very small room. It was awful. This is like a bargain. So yeah, there you go. That is it for the vlog. My flight's been delayed a couple hours, but I still got to get up fairly early. But I might go down and... Any shops still open? I don't even know. Let me edit the vlog first, then we'll see. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Remember, the next vlog is probably going to be late. Maybe even maybe even 3 days late, because I'm flying home 30 hours. And then I'm going straight to work. So the vlog's up when it's up. And at some point after, there'll be 2 more videos. At least one showing you my souvenirs from the holiday, and the other one doing photos. I do this thing for every holiday now, so that's another thing. So the photos video, I just go for Instagram, and there's my 2 accounts. I just flick through the photos, tell you what happened, etc. So yeah, see you soon.